In July of 2001, Bakersfield CHP office received its first Latino commander. At that time, there were many non-Hispanic officers that felt that that was not what was needed, and they didn't like the idea of getting a Hispanic commander. Some chose to transfer, some chose to retire, some chose to just take other options. We did get our first Latino commander, and for approximately a year, he came in with new ideas and several changes, which did not sit well with some of the officers. Within the year afterwards, there were officers that became very disgruntled, and at some point in time, anonymous letters were then sent to the commissioner of the Highway Patrol, Dwight Helmick. In the process, they said that the Latino officers were out of control, that were rogue officers, were doing whatever they wanted under this new commander. The letters also stated that the new commander and that a chief of Central Division at that time were doing a lot of things that were just borderline illegal, things that they shouldn't be doing, and that nobody was keeping an eye on them, and subsequently that's why the letters were sent. After that, the commissioner then sent approximately 51 investigator officers to the Bakersfield CHP office. Over several months, they investigated the Latino officers, spent well over $2 million, taxpayer money, to investigate the Latino officers. The chief at that time of Central Division was able to go out on a stress leave, a medical stress leave. The commander was then able to retire when all of this came down on them, and subsequently it then fell in my lap. I was the next ranking Latino officer as a sergeant. Allegations came out of everywhere that I had no idea that I was supposedly involved with or had done. And one of the allegations was that I had tampered with a ticket that was issued to then staff member Michael Rubio, who was a member of State Senator Dean Flores' office. He had received a speeding ticket. The phone call was made from the office to our office if something could possibly be done. At that particular time, my commander then sent me to go down and speak with Michael Rubio and Senator Dean Flores, explain to them the situation, that really nothing could be done regarding the speeding ticket. I spoke with Michael Rubio, I spoke with Dean Flores, and explained to them that there was nothing that really we could do. And I, as a sergeant, there was nothing I could do. I got a copy of the ticket, took it back, put it on my commander's office in an envelope, sealed envelope. That was the last I saw of it. As this investigation carried on, the next thing I know, I'm being focused upon. Since the two above me were then able to, one retire and one go out on a stress leave, it then came in my lap, and I was being focused upon as having done so many illegal activities or outside of policy. And the main allegation that they hung over my head was that they were going to charge me with ticket tampering, the ticket that was issued to Michael Rubio. And at that point in time, I was told either resign or I was going to be charged with ticket tampering under color of authority. And they also told me that they knew I had a teaching credential through Cal State University Bakersfield. They said what they were going to do is the commissioner had enough authority that he could make one phone call to the commission on teacher credentialing. I would lose my teaching credential as well. That one, I would no longer be able to be a highway patrolman. Two, I would not be able to go back to teaching, and it was going to affect my entire family life, my career, and I really wouldn't be able to get a decent job. I'd just have to leave Bakersfield, maybe even California. I was told that this is exactly what was going to happen to me, therefore I needed to resign or else. But I never had the opportunity to bring up all that information because I was never allowed in any way, shape, or form. Well, finally I had that opportunity, and this is exactly what happened. But the last allegation was the most serious, that I had tampered with a ticket. Later, Michael Rubio became an assemblyman with the California State Legislature. I've spoken to him on a couple of occasions and said he would be more than willing to help. Subsequently, this past year, he resigned as an assemblyman, and I've not spoken with him since then. But we are hoping that this information will then get to the governor's office so that we, myself, former Officer John Quintoriano, and any officers that want, can speak to the governor's office and explain this to them. All we ever wanted was our jobs back. We never wanted to lose them, and I never wanted to walk away, but I was forced. And this is my message hoping to make it to the governor's office in any way, shape, or form, so that we can then meet with the governor and explain to him possibly for reinstatement